George Van Dusen taught me a number of years ago the 3 B's of public speaking. Be bold, be brief, and be gone. So I've espoused that as my mantra. But I want to welcome all of you, and I want you to know how much I admire what you are doing here in this kind of symposium to better yourself. To better yourself in a, might be a speaking kind of thing, it might be your self-esteem, it could be anything, but you're desirous of becoming the best. And that is critically important because this world is, as you know now, so competitive and so closely linked that it doesn't do good just to be okay, even though that is okay. And if you don't succeed, you keep trying because it's, as you know, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. I want to thank my good friend, Professor Colares. For those of you that know John in a personal way, you'll know that he's the Energizer Bunny. There's a man who, he's been a good friend of mine and he's helped me a great deal throughout the years. This is my last term as the mayor of Lincolnwood. It's my 3rd, and I'm getting old, as you can see. Not that I'm tiring at all, but it's just, you can stay so long and then you really, you need to change things. But I am an example of what a great country America is. I reinvented myself. I was a high school administrator. I finished my last 18 years at Niles West High School right here in Skokie, where I went to school as the athletic director. And so I am testimony to you can change yourself, and you do it by this kind of symposium. So I think I've spoken long enough, John, to earn a piece of fruit or cheese, perhaps. Lots of good luck to all of you. And if you ever need a friend in Lincolnwood, don't hesitate to come to the mayor's office and mention where we've met, and I'll do anything I can to help you. Thanks.
I guess I'm 1/3 of the way to becoming a speaker because I got the bold part down. Mr. Richard Pollan, International Trade Association of Greater Chicago.
You haven't heard what I've got to say yet, so just hold on. There is nothing worse than being a speaker, being on a program between an audience and their food. So I will keep it even briefer. I represent the International Trade Association of Greater Chicago. Think of us as your gateway to the international commercial world. The mayor just referred to how competitive the world's gotten. And indeed, for a lot of businesses, in order to stay competitive, they've had to go international. And we are a network of almost 600 small and mid-sized companies around the Chicago area that incorporate almost every aspect of international trade. We have people that export food flavorings and people that export hard hats. We have lawyers who will get you out of trouble with the customs officials and keep you out of trouble with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. It's a very broad network. People say, well, who's the membership? I tell them, we're like Noah's Ark. We have 2 of every kind. If you have any interest whatsoever in the international marketplace, please get in touch with me. Dr. Colares knows me well. He's been coming to our meetings for a long time, and we're good friends. So with that, I wish you a very successful evening, and look forward to meeting some of you. Thank you.
I'm not tied down to these things very well, so. I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, your old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, nah, it'll do for our little town. I said, your flagpole's leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you have hanging on it. He said, have a seat. So I sat down. Is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, it got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night Francis Scott Key said, watching it, writing, oh say, can you see? It got a bad rip down in New Orleans with Packenham and Jackson tugging at the seams, and she almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on through. She got cut by a sword at Chancellorsville. She got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low before that was through. She was in Korea, in Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved over our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving her back here at home. In her own good land, she's been abused, she's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused, and the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. She's getting threadbare and wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in, because she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her upright. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag. And that's why I choose to pledge allegiance to the flag of these United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For all. For every human being who has ever set foot on the soil of the United States of America, that flag represents liberty and justice for all. But more than that, it represents the hundreds of thousands, even millions of men and women who gave their life, their limb, their liberty, their sanity to make this and keep this the greatest nation on the face of the earth. Now, I'm proud to have been born in the great state of Nebraska. I'm proud to have lived in Georgia, Colorado, Nebraska, Texas, and over half my life right here in the land of Lincoln. And ladies and gentlemen, being here on an international stage tonight, I, as a down-home country boy from western Nebraska, would like to welcome each and every one of you to this room, to this stage, to this meal that we get to share and break bread together from so many parts of the world. So thank you all for being here. And I just got news that the food is ready. So if you would like to, if our speakers could get their way over here first, especially Oscar, and start filling your plates so we could get on with the program. Please, lots of conversation tonight. Figure out some things about the people around you. So we'll be back up here in a while. Enjoy your meal.
I heard you.